What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the quartering end. I've been waiting for anybody on Twitch to have the stones to stand up and speak out against what is clearly a terrible decision by Twitch. And it appears Asmongold has done it again. Now, I want to let you guys know I'm streaming tonight, but it's going to be more of a chill stream. I'm going to be opening up a bunch of magic cards and just kind of doing a Q&A. Should be around 6 o'clock Central Time here on this channel. Not a drama stream, but just a end of the week relaxation, hang out, record some videos for Unsleeved Media. So I hope you stop by. When I talked about the Trust and Safety Council, I think that it's Asmongold provided a layer of perspective that I didn't have before that I think is really good. He, like me, also agrees, from what I can tell, that you don't. Look, if you want to be a deer person, go ahead. You do you. Like, legitimately, I'm not saying that. Like, look, people are going to make fun of you. That's okay, because people make fun of things that are different. But at the end of the day, if you're happy and you're not hurting anybody, you do you. Which is why in the 2 or 3 videos that I've done updating this or covering this, I feel like I've gone out of my way to not take any personal jabs at the deer person thing and focus exclusively on the content of this person's character, which is what, people are supposed to be doing. But, Kotaku finally end capped this and rolled out Twitch's Safety Advisory Council rollout has been a disaster. Last week, Twitch announced a new Safety Advisory Council intended to provide input on some of Twitch's most pernicious issues. The controversy began last week when a relatively milquetoast take from Laura about voice chat in competitive games, spurred by her profile in Twitch's announcement, which that says she opposes non-inclusive mechanics such as voice chat, agreed that the voice chat take is something that probably wouldn't have been that interesting to me. Even from somebody on Twitch's Trust and Safety Council. It was the other things that she said about gamers and white people. Quote, they have the only way to have a level playing field at the highest level of play is not to have voice chat. I disagree with that strongly. In fact, I even got a ad for some sort of voice changer on one of my own videos today. But the clip gained traction on the subreddit for live stream fails, a notorious Twitch drama farm. On LSF, where it received over 8,000 upvotes, it was headlined Twitch staff are advocating for voice chat removal from games for giving unfair advantage. Well, I don't disagree with that representation of it. As a result, some Twitch viewers assumed the worst, and Laura had been suddenly granted an outsized influence, even though she had not. The sole voice on the council composed of multiple people with purposely varying viewpoints. Now, we've seen Twitch come out and basically disavow her. But, of course, leave it to Nathan Grayson to focus on that more than anything. Before long, she became a major talking point among big streamers and their audiences. Some targeted her opinion, or at least for the part of the featured most of the clip. For example, on May 14th episode of Scuffed Podcast, a popular live talk show host, controversial streamer, Trainwrecks, big, also controversial names like QC, and I don't know many of these people, Destiny, ultimately concluded that while Lord did have a point about being bad, removing voice chat altogether would lower the competitive ceiling of multiplayer games. Even in the show's chat, however, viewers mocked her appearance, calling her deer in reference to her flower-strewn antlers she often wears while streaming, saying that her look was unsettling, accusing her of being mentally ill. Well, these are all, I think, reasonable things. But interestingly enough, more major figures outside of Twitch weighed in too, with deeply problematic drama YouTuber and occasional Twitch tournament host Daniel Keem saying on Twitter, Twitch really needs to put an end to this. It really is going to cause something like GG. I really believe this. Now, interestingly, the other statements that she has had, I don't care about her bad take on voice chat, but what I do care about is her terrible opinions on gamers and whether or not people would actually stand up against it. And it looks like Asmongold, now there may be others, and I know I tend to put Asmongold in a positive light often because I am a fan of his content. He seems to have a level-headed take on things. He's one of the few Twitch streamers I enjoy. He spoke out about it, saying things like Twitch streamers are afraid. We're afraid to speak out against it. And he exposed essentially the double standard that we all talked about here on YouTube, that if anyone had said what she said, they would have been instantly banned. Let's take take a look at a few clips.
And at the same time, this person can say negative things about white people, and it's fine. If I said that about black people or about trans people, I would be banned. I would be gone off the platform. But they do it, and it's completely okay, and Twitch accepts it. It's the emperor's new clothes, and everybody is afraid to say what's obvious.
Of course, Asmongold is 100% correct here, and it's a frustrating double standard. I don't understand why it can be okay in some people's mind to lump a group of people together by their skin color and say that's wrong in 999 cases out of 100, but that it's totally fine if it's the rare occasion that it's white people. It's the same people that would say it's okay to denigrate all men, but not okay to denigrate all women because power dynamic reasons and things like that. You've got to practice what you preach. You've got to understand that if you truly believe, like most people, that judging people by the color of their skin is wrong, then that also still applies regardless of the color of their skin.
That's all there is to it. It's wrong. If you had replaced that, what she said, with any other group of people, if me, XQC, Soda, Summit, Lyric, any other streamer had said that, we would have been off the platform in a second.
Sorry about the weird cuts, but Asmongold has a potty mouth, and that's not okay here on YouTube, where we play family friendly. But he's exactly right. Of course he's right. It's so frustrating, and I think that the reason the situation got so big is because of that. And he accurately points out in a later clip that, you know, because of who they are, any criticism of them gets lumped into as transphobia. It's so frustrating that we live in a world where people have these protected classes, but you're not allowed to critique their ideas. You're not allowed to explore their ideas without being labeled all sorts of horrible, career-ending, terrible things, especially when you talk about content creators here on YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, DLive, wherever you might be. These labels follow you around. That's why those people that strongly dislike you will apply them so willy-nilly. Look what the K-pop stans do on Twitter. There's a reason they go crazy and they use words like transphobe and things like that. It's because they know that that is a stink that's very difficult to get off, and it's very damaging to your career.
Like, nobody else is really saying this because people are afraid of speaking out about it. And that's, I think, the worst part about it, is like any sort of criticism is being levied as some form of discrimination or transphobia or something like that. There's nothing to do with that. The words that she said are offensive.
And here, Asmongold hits it absolutely out of the park, succinctly laying out the difficulty with criticizing ideas in today's society, in particular when you're dealing with openly progressive type companies like Twitch. Now, there's nothing wrong with being progressive. I think people should explore all sides of all ideas and try to find some sort of happy medium. But what he talks about is exactly true, that any criticism of the things that this moderator or trust and safety counselor member has said will get brushed aside as transphobia. I mean, you can see all the articles that were written. And while there are some people that are legitimate jerks about it, they're a vocal minority, and it's constantly being used as a shield against any type of criticism. And Asmongold accurately points out here that speaking out against it in such a direct way legitimately puts your potential earnings and ability to remain on the platform at risk. Asmongold also correctly pointed out that Twitch did not put this person in a place to succeed. They put them out there as I don't know what else can be described, but as a martyr, as somebody they knew would get ridiculed. To make a point, I don't understand it. But ultimately, I'm going to agree with Asmongold's take here. And I think that the right thing for Twitch to do would be just to remove this person. It's a difficult situation where you have somebody in a position of elevated status over the rest of us, for example, right? Even though they don't get more money, even though they don't technically have any real power, so Twitch says after disavowing them, they're still doubling and tripling down, and still these people have a better direct line to Twitch than your average Twitch streamer. Someone like Asmongold, who has a gigantic audience, maybe he should be on the council. Maybe other large streamers should be on the council, not people that would openly antagonize and be a bad brand ambassador for Twitch. I mean, ultimately, this is just a bad look for Twitch, and I feel bad for Twitch streamers. I'd feel worse for them if we weren't going through the same kind of disaster over here on YouTube. But Twitch probably needs to do the right thing and remove this person. There's enough big Twitch streamers demanding it, asking for things like a vote to remove her. But I don't think it needs to be that big of a deal. I don't think it should be like the community ousting her. I just think Twitch is a very reasonable argument. You went out, you disparaged a group of people. I know it's only white people, ha ha ha. But you did it, and we can't have you in this elevated position. Boom, done. I'm not saying you had to ban her from the platform. I'm not saying that she can't have her opinions about voice chat. I'm saying it's probably not a good look if Twitch keeps her in this position, because now every decision that comes down the road from Twitch, is going to be looked at under the dear person microscope. They're going to say, well, where'd this policy come from? Oh, the dear person must have did it. No matter what Twitch does now, they are married to this person. And the other 7 people on the council are irrelevant now in the public's opinion. So they have to remove this person and let the council be effective and actually do some good things. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.